help out. Not before old 11 goes down, but with the rolling thunder, will manage to claim the life of Snaking. So something in return, but still old 11 continuing to struggle on this top lane.
And the second that he leaves too, like 9, he just starts spamming the mid lane. So Siege Creep is already dead. He's got his Siege Creep still alive. He's going to be able to get a little bit of damage on the tower. And it's a rotation that it feels like Nothing to Say has to do, but it doesn't feel good because he doesn't get the core kill. He only gets that support. Flip from 9. Keeps that Siege alive.
So they're trying for Saxa. Avalanche is out. Of course, 33 has hit the 6, so always going to be the threat of the black hole in the lane.
And Shiro's got a bit of mixed build. Usually when we've seen this gyrocopter, it's just stats, right? Usually mostly like that. And mid lane.
He's going to go for this with the Stampede. See if he's able to get the kill. He's a little too speedy, Nothing to Say, but you can see Saxa coming across, throws a tree across. Not enough to take him out.
Top
he will have TP in a second, but he's still a bit short on mana. And Saxa, he'll TP over towards the tier 2 and make sure that he's indeed still able to take down Nothing to Say. And same time up top, they'll get Snaking. See if they can get Skeeter as well. Be a pretty nice kill, but Skeeter a little... Oh, okay!
What a snipe!
11 there, bang on target with those axes. Skeeter was just starting to speed up as well, but old 11 actually having the reach to take him out. Very nice kill for the Beastmaster.
I mean, pretty big mistake there from Skeeter. He was overplaying his hand because he had that move speed from the low HP Pango. The second the Pango dies, he was still running in aggressively. The move speed ends, and he's like, oh my god, wait, I'm in the middle of 2 heroes with no move speed. So gets punished for being over-aggressive, and things have stabilized a little bit here for the side of PSG LGD. Old 11.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
He's level 6 with a Dominator. After everything that was going on inside this laning phase, that's amazing.
Yeah, getting sort of solo kills like that, that's definitely going to bump your game back up. Well played there by old 11. I see in the mid.
That was beautiful.
Oh, it's just a bottle refill there. Actually, no, they want to try and make the move with the smoke. Nothing to Say and Planet. Ready to go up towards top. Maybe see if they can knock Skeeter out of this lane once more. You know, very shortly after he's returned to this top safe lane to farm.
I mean, they should be able to. The way that 11's gotten his recovery, he's actually quite a big threat right now. If he gets the roar onto Skeeter, it's very likely he just dies. So down.
Drop the tombstone. Avalanche as well. Tossed to the side as well as the rupture. Old 11 getting very, very low, but still able to get the roar off. Turns his attention over towards Skeeter. The mech's popped as well, keeping him alive a little longer. The black hole's there for 33. Old 11 still alive. We'll get another round of the axes off. In fact, he's just living through it all. He's going to get a double kill. They can't kill him. The backup here from the team. Finally, 9 slams him down with a double edge. But he got a hell of a lot done there. We'll see if 9 can clean up any more kills. Closes the gap onto Why You Smile with the Who Stomp double edge. Will find a second. So 9 able to rectify the fight a little bit here for Tundra.
They turn up with numbers on PSG LGD. That mech comes in perfect time. Heals the Beastmaster up a ton for him to stand his ground there versus the Enigma. That was crazy. I really thought he was going to die, but Chen comes in at the perfect time. PSG LGD, not too bad in this early game. 9. This does a lot of damage. When you have this type of levels, I mean, you're used to not really seeing... Oh! Solo kill. You're used to not really seeing such an over-leveled Centaur because it's played from offlane, but a level 10 Centaur with max double edge this early on, I mean, 9 is... When he connects on these heroes, he really just eviscerates them. Pretty cool.
I'll tell you what, though, with all the action top, Shiro's been getting space, and he's having a good start as the Gyro.
Yep.
You know, he's very farmed. He's second highest, only just 100 or so behind 9. And, you know, if this continues, he'll get a good timing on the Aghanims. So if there was ever going to be potential for us to have a game where the carry Gyro was going to work, this is the kind of start he needs. You know, this is as good as it gets here for the safe lane Gyro in terms of the opening 11 minutes. So definite potential to see what Shiro's able to do on this hero.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to be able to farm at a much faster pace than Skeeter is, especially with Skeeter getting slowed down after what should have been a very kind of dominant lane. These 2 mistakes, they really add up. Huge stuff. Yeah, 1K lead, 6-6. I think PSG LGD very happy considering they were playing a Beastmaster Rubik versus the Sundying Bloodseeker.
No, absolutely. Yeah, they didn't have the easiest lane matchups, but they've come out of that laning stage kind of across the board in good shape. And top lane, old 11, he's really just popping off. You know, 4-2-2. he had the toughest lane, but he's done the most with it out of his team. He's getting a lot done on this top side of the map.
Nice, Skeeter. It's definitely a risk. Like, anytime that the roar is up, too. Anytime Skeeter does show versus this Beastmaster, they can set up for him pretty easy. This is huge. Lots of space making being done. So Shiro, he's got tons of freedom. That being said, though, they are blocking camps. I see they do have a sentry ward on the hard camp, so Shiro is going to be slowed down a little bit. Can't use flak at its maximum. But either way, very good stuff.
See now, Tundra's turn to go for a bit of a smoke play between 9 and Snaking.
Yeah, 9 getting closer and closer to his Blink Dagger. Level 11. No roar available, too. He's getting the sandwich on hold 11.
Yeah, 9. In with a Stampede. I'll even pop the Rupture to make there's no chance of running for old 11. As he's caught by the Blood Bright Silence. 9 will be able to finish him off. They'll also catch Planet at the side of the engagement. Tundra.
And the creep. Look at it. Nice move.
Very nicely done there. As you can see, of course, odds on your screen from our sponsor, BetBoom. And you can check out their website underneath the stream on the link below. 7 to 8. Less than 1k gold. 30 minutes. It's a close start. So and sort of both the last picks, you know, they're the ones at the top 2 spots right now. So, and 9 very much ready to show us that, you know, this mid centaur is going to work out. So far so good. 3-0-2, and Shiro looking to show that Gyro's still relevant in this day and age as a carry. Is you know, it hasn't been killed yet. They haven't caught him, and he's farming up a tree. About 1,300 gold away from having the Aghanims. It's going to be a very, very good timing on the Ags.
Yeah, it's like, the thing is, this Gyro, he doesn't have the buff up of like an IO to accelerate his farm rate or anything like that, but he does have, in the team fights, the buff up of his allies with the Beastmaster, with the Chen, with the mech and stuff like that. He's got tons of auras, so that could be a big thing that leads to his success for sure. Nothing to say. He's got another swash in 2. Can he get away?
He's trying to get the roll off, but between the Malefice and, well, definitely with the Black Hole, not a chance to roll away. 33 puts a stop to his escape.
Very worth it. And the bottom tower, it will drop to those 3 little islands.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Great spell to steal. Planet got one of the better ones you can get this game, of course, other than the Black Hole and everything. But Decay, one of the better basic abilities. And it does an insane amount of damage. I think everyone knows that at this point. Playing versus so much. Blink on the Centaur. Shiro. Uh-oh.
They'll finally find him. He's been having a lot of freedom to farm in, but at the point that he decides to start trying to take some of the farm from Tundra's half of the map, they'll completely knock him out of the area.
I mean, an incredibly over-aggressive position by him. He doesn't really have like the allies to be able to play around him in that point up top. He wants to be able to play a little more aggressive because doesn't want to just farm triangle, but that's a really painful death. That's gonna push Tundra a good chunk in the lead in these next few moments. As 9, he can just freely move around the map. Cool. So he's adapting his build too, since he's playing versus this Gyrocopter versus these summons and stuff like that. He's queuing up the Crimson Guard, and he immediately switches it right afterwards. So. But I can see the concept. The Crimson doesn't sound bad. Shiro back to business, joins his team, and that should be the. Oh, never mind. 11 got the last hit. Should pretty much be the Aghanim's done.
I mean, do 9 and Saxa want to try and approach this from behind? No, they're going to go towards top.
I don't think they need to. I don't think they have to go fight in this here. They already lost the tower, so there's nothing really to fight for. There's no way LGD pushes for tier 2. Setting up around top, though.
Whoop. There's the opening. 9's in with a hoof stomp. Saxa able to follow up with the toss combo. There's no way out of this for nothing to say. And make the quick jump, and yeah, smart move there. 9 and Saxa with the swing towards top, knowing that it was likely for somebody to come in and try and clear this wave out, and unfortunately for nothing to say, it was himself.
Feels like 11 has to do so much this game now in this early game because these few deaths, they do add up a lot. And think about nothing to say. They might be able to find 33 here. This should be a pretty good kill.
Radiant's top tower is under
He's got the horn.
Yeah, Greaves won't save him here.
No.
As with the three of them, Shiro, Planet, and 11.
Yeah, I feel like most of the plays have to come from 11. The game is very difficult for nothing to say. You know, the first two pick Bloodseeker, it's always going to make it hard. You have to itemize as well for it. So you see he's got the Lincolns already queued up. He's got the components and everything. This hurts. You know, it feels good once you get the Lincolns and stuff like that, but not having a defusal, it kills your timing. This hero feels like it does like no damage when you're unable to get that defu. Definitely worried for PSG LGD on that front. Skeeter just always going to have the counter for this Pangolier. And he is actually getting the better farm rate versus a Gyrocopter. I have more faith in a Bloodseeker overall than a Gyrocopter.
I think that's pretty understandable. We just haven't seen Gyro succeed, at least consistently, in this current sort of patch. Not one of the hottest heroes, to say the least, when it comes to carry picks.
You just don't hit hard. Especially if the thing is too is if you have to actually max your abilities like this, right? He's maxing Rocket Barrage as well instead of going like the stat build. So he's actually a lot more fragile than usual. The reason that Lina is so insane is because you just go stats as well as have crazy stacking. Say, should get brought down here.
My thrift rewarded.
Amongst a lot of other things why Lina's busted, actually, so just wanted to emphasize that, of course. They're going to go to the pit. Okay. They do kill it at a pretty fast rate. Tundra able to fight in this area, snaking it. He's not going to make it back up in time.
9 could go for a steal with Blink and Stampede out.
I think they're going to go for it. BKB's finished on Skitter. It's dying too quick, though. They haven't scouted it.
Yep, they check it out too late. Shiro's going to be able to grab the Aegis. PSG LGD taking Roche.
Okay.
Very nicely played there by PSG LGD. Now with the Aegis, would you imagine they're going to try and force some objectives, take some tier 2s? Like, what's sort of the plan? You know, when is the moment where Shiro is going to be at his strongest in comparison to the progress that Tundra's cores are having?
Probably the BKB, but I think he can actually fight as long as they're together. I think they have to play together with like the Chen and the Beastmaster. Then he's going to be so much stronger because of those auras. So I think they can fight right now with Aegis. I think they're pretty good to go.
Yeah, I mean, he's just picked up the crit as well, so decent bump up to the damage he offers.
Yeah,
to catch Saxa. We'll at least give time for the rest of Tundra to escape the area. Saxa will be the one left behind.
Yeah, I think it's go time. Helm of Overlord is finished. They've got Lincolns. Decent items on the Gyro. Little bit, doesn't have the best survivability, but if he's with his team, he has it. So, yeah, I think it's time to start running at them. Run at the side of Tundra. 11.
He's going to walk straight into this. Tanky with the rupture. Indeed, he's getting healed up, but not quite enough to live through this. So lose their Beastmaster. And that does seem like, you know, with old 11 gone, that's enough for PSG LGD to sort of cool to back off. They don't want to try and push on for more without their Beastmaster.
Doesn't get the roar off. And now top, nothing to say. Uh-oh.
He used the swashbuckle to try and get in close towards the haste rune, but he's not able to close the gap and pick it up. A Stampede will be stolen. Wait, he'll still die. A good attempt there from Planet to try and get him out of there with a stolen Stampede, but won't manage to do so. So dying for his efforts there to try and take the rune. And now despite PSG LGD being the team that got the Aegis, it's actually Tundra off the back of these two kills. You know, catching on 11, catching nothing to say, that are able to push back a bit themselves, take this tier 1 tower, and start to open up the map for their cores to continue farming.
They kind of split up a little bit, right? Even in the bottom side, the Beastmaster charging in, he was a bit away from his team. He gets caught before he gets roar, and then, yeah, nothing to say with an over-aggressive swash, gets caught out himself. And 9, in case you didn't notice, he did the little disassemble play. So disassembles his Vanguard, finishes up the Heart, and he is going to Q Shard. I was thinking, like, you have to go Shard if you're going to go this type of build.
Now, if you're rushing the Heart, right, yeah.
But he didn't do it the other game. That's why I was like, wait, what? So, I mean, this is
he just didn't get it at all.
He didn't get it at all, unless the game just ended before the chance of it. Let me look really quickly, actually.
I know, because he got the Hood after the Heart.
Yeah, he didn't buy the Shard in that game. He went Hood, Heart, Hood, and I guess maybe they did lose the game relatively.
Maybe I think the game might have ended that one, because that was a rough one. It certainly wasn't anything like this one. Oh,
he
what
did
happened?
have it. He did have it.
Oh,
I'm
he did.
so
You just
sorry.
okay. That's all right. It should be.
I was like,
Bottom tower is
I was
under
looking at the.
attack.
You know how it's split.
Oh,
on
yeah, what are you
the
looking at?
items showing nothing. I was just looking at the wrong hero. So yeah, okay. I mean,
okay.
that is definitely the timing he's looking. I was like, why would he go this build if he's not going shards? Okay, all things make sense. I'm dumb. They're smart. 4K lead, Tundra. Even versus the Aegis, still able to fight back. LGD, if they do want to take these fights, they have to be together and they have to get Roar off. So 11, he's queued up the Blink Dagger so we can get that positioning a little bit better. The way they want to-
Who's on 11 roaring? It's got to be the Bloodseeker, right?
Yeah, it's got to be.
Because you don't kill this Centaur. Do you just have to ignore the Centaur?
Dire's top
I
tower
think so.
has fallen.
He might deal a lot. I mean, his damage is going to get pretty ridiculous when he has Shard, though. So you might not be able to. You probably have to ignore him, but you might not be able to. He might just clean up the fights.
Radiant's bottom
So
tower
ideal
is
for
under
PSG
attack.
LGD is like you roll in on the Pango, start the fight, and then the Beastmaster is able to like blink and pick and choose his target who he wants to go for the roar. But Blake's not quite
Radiant's
online.
middle tower is under attack.
Planet is the answer for the black hole. So he's the one who has to just like stay pretty far back. And right now Planet, he still has Stampede for this next fight. So that could be an entrance into the fights for Shiro and for Old 11.
Radiant's bottom tower
a big
Wrap
wraparound.
from PSG LGD. Can Old 11 get the roar off? See if he can find his target. Snaking will manage to get the tombstone down very, very quickly. Stolen tombstone, though, is going to be in place by Planet.
Old 11's
PSG
dead.
LGD will have that to fight around themselves. They did immediately lose the Beastmaster. He didn't manage to get his roar off. We'll see the chase from Nothing to Say. Look at the Wars 9. He'll actually back off from it. Doesn't want to try and waste any further time chasing the Centaur. It'll just be the 1-for-1.
Dire's
Tundra
courier
very
has
happy with
been
that.
killed.
They just got smoke wrapped on and they just insta-deleted the Beastmaster. Only losing Undying. Clean from 9. Literally just jumps, hoof stomps, kills him in one set of burst.
Yeah, it's looking very solid, this mid Centaur. I mean, and why do you think that is? Like, what do you imagine Tundra saw from this draft that PSG LGD had that said this is the time to bring out this 9 mid Centaur that they've been working on?
They probably just, they definitely seem to like it, I would say, versus the Pango. I think it's actually really cool because you can just stampede and reset and help your teammates a lot of the time. But I think it's just a 9. You know, I think 9 just saw something in this hero. I think he just, you know, sometimes he does do that. We mentioned it yesterday, like his clockwork mid and stuff like that. This might just be one of those concepts that can actually look good versus a lot of melee heroes in the mid lane.
I mean, the question is as well, is it... Oh, top lane. Yeah, Nothing to Say is finally going to be forced to have to roll just to get away from them. Is this going to only ever be a 9 exclusive thing? Or if it looks this good and continues to look good this game, could you see other mids trying it against heroes like Pango that are very popular right now? You see a lot of Pango.
I mean, I want to say this is just a 9 thing. But
Just a
he
9
does.
thing,
It
yeah.
does bleed into other things. Even people were doing Wyvern mid, right, for quite some time when he started doing it. People saw the reasoning for it. So, hey, maybe. He's 505, top of net worth. But he is, and his damage. I don't have exact damage numbers, of course, at the moment. But I want to say I'm pretty sure he's highest damage right now in the game.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's bottom
And how do you kill him?
tower is under attack.
He is just so disruptive. It's 3,600 HP. Even if you bring him down, you'll have to commit. Feels like everything to kill him.
Radiant's
The smoke
top
again from
tower is
PSG
under
LGD.
attack.
They got the BKB done on Shiro.
Okay.
See what they can catch. And they'll get the quick setup onto Snaking, but he's able to force out to the side. So
Shiro's
won't be able to
ruptured.
kill him that quickly at all. Shiro's going to have to hold his position whilst he bleeds.
That means no rupture, though, for the Pango ult, so nothing to say.
Now he's going to look to try and go for 9. But Stampede's up. Old 11 not able to get the roar off. So 9 off to a fair distance away.
Okay.
Tundra once again just making sure that these smoke moves from PSG LGD don't get anything at all sorted for them. PSG LGD not able to find anything with these plays.
Hard to get the jumps. Old 11, I think he he just was like, I don't really want to roar Centaur because it looked like
I
he
think
had the
so,
range
yeah.
for it, and he's just like, is this actually a good idea? This feels like it could be a disaster. Soxa, looking for Nothing to Say.
Oh,
They get the
there's
toss.
the toss back into the hoof stomp. He's still going to have the swashbuckle. He still has the backup as well. Raw this time
they
will
board
be
him.
committed onto 9. Let's see if they can kill him. Shiro's trying to stay on top of the Centaur. He gets forced to the side. Will get dragged back by the Wild Wing Ripper. 9 getting very, very low. Managed to get the hoof stomp off onto Shiro, but 9 will he's got to be going down. Indeed he will. Shiro finishes him off. Double kill for Shiro. And they're not done quite yet. They're fine 33 in the trees. They get the 3 of them. Finally, PSG LGD able to find this fight that they've been looking to force, with the last few moves that they've made. Shiro gets a double, and he gets the big one. Finally being able to take 9 out of the game for the first time.
That's huge. I mean, that was Tundra making the initiation, and they kind of initiated on themselves. 9 probably thinking that he's tanky enough to survive absolutely everything, but when everyone's together on the side of PSG LGD, these auras, they add up. That's where the gyro actually becomes amplified, and yeah, now he almost pretty much, he actually does have the Daedalus finished up, so his damage is jacked up a lot since even that last fight. Okay,
this gyro could do it. He could do it. This is exciting to see. 3-1 and 3. Big farm, big damage. Shiro's got it sorted. Top lane. He's going to get involved in another grab here. Here's Planet. Finds Saxa in the trees. All right, gyro, he's turning up.
And they're afraid to really use their black hole or anything like that, right? 33, he's got the Wraith Pact build to try to prevent damage. He doesn't feel like he can use black hole this game. Even though Roar was used and everything like that, he's playing versus Rubik, he's playing versus this gyro Aghanim, so he can just kill you during it. So another Roche PSG LGD's going to take out of this.
There we go, Aegis. And is he just going to take the shard for himself as well, Shiro, or is he going to pass it over to someone? I mean, it's a pretty good shard, right? Why not?
It's him or old 11. I don't think I'd mind if he gives it to the Beastmaster, but he's gonna take it himself. It looks like. I really like the root on the Hawks, but whatever. Pump up the carry. Why not?
Yeah, I mean he's having it's his game right now, Shiro.
Yep, all about him. Level 19. How's the Bloodseeker doing? Level 19 as well. Skitter, still very farmed. But teamfight aspects of it all, when PSG LGD's grouped up, these auras and everything, it is very potent with what they're playing up against. And Shiro, look at Undying. Look at that one hit.
They're ready to roll. They've got the lead in onto 9. They're going to see if they control him. Saxa will manage to toss him out to the side. So gets him away. Shiro will stand his ground to take down the tombstone. And Saxa looking to fall very low. Nothing to say. Attempts to chase him. 9 gets back in with the Stampede. They're closing onto Shiro, but he has the Aegis. He's going to be back for round 2, but he will lose the backup of Why You Smiles. The chain goes down. He'll get the BKB off. Telekinesis onto Skeeter. Skeeter popping the BKB as well, trying to stand his ground against Skeeter, but it's too much damage coming out from this gyro. Skeeter's got to run as Tundra desperately scrambled back towards the base. The buyback comes out from Saxa. He'll jump in with the combo. Will manage to land on top of Shiro. They'll burst through the gyro. A solid buyback there from Saxa ensures that they will kill this gyrocopter off.
Needed buyback. Very needed.
Yeah.
You can see how much damage Shiro is able to pump out in the fight. Skeeter cannot fight him. He cannot man-fight versus this gyrocopter by any means. They need the stun. They need the control. Back and forth, a little bit of overextensions from both sides. The buyback lets Tundra now put some pressure on. 45 seconds, no gyro. This gyro really, I mean, he hits so damn hard. Once he's got Satanic, that's going to be a problem. Like, they barely were able to bring him down there, and it's just because of a buyback and control. The next set of go, once he has Satanic, he's probably going to be able to sustain through all this damage. So Tundra could be in some concerns these next team fights if they're not able to keep this gyro, if they're not able to hunt him and gank him this next time before he gets that Satanic. There could be big issues with damage in their lineup.
For the twins.
Still some time though. They got 5 more seconds. They got some good aggressive wards down. And 33. Okay, he's opted away from Blink Tag. He's going to be going toward that BKB. Still very difficult for him to get any black holes off this game, but... And interesting, I mean, 9's build, it's pretty greedy, I would say.
I mean, yeah, going for this Octarine, right?
But he's going for Octarine. I mean, it's all about just spamming double edges, I guess, but...
All right, because we have seen, he can die. Yeah, he can die, despite, the 3,600 HP. And, as you say, especially with the farm that Shiro does have, he's going to be able to do damage to the Centaur, without a doubt. So we'll see if 9 does indeed spend up that. He's also queued up the Overwhelming Blink, so we'll see which sort of big upgrade he favors first as the next step of the build.
I mean, the build does get very nutty if you're able to actually constantly spam double edge, and then you get Overwhelming Blink. You just blink into them with plus, 200 strength or whatever it is, and you pop heroes very quickly, but definitely fragile. Definitely can get locked down, can get focus fired pretty easily from the side of PSG LGD. What are these neutral items looking like also? Shiro finds himself an Elven Tunic. Satanic is almost finished.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, it should be fine to finish it down on this area of the map.
Tundra? Oh. Oh. Okay. Went for the toss back first, and then the avalanche on the Beastmaster instead of the Chen. Totally whiffed. And that's a Stampede wasted.
Yeah, and that's space for Shiro to continue farming those waves down bottom. He'll join the rest of the team. He's got his Satanic. He's got his level 20 as well. Actually, is that a surprise, actually, by the way, that he takes the rocket barrage damage over the flat cannon?
I think I was looking at him considering which one he wanted to go for, and I guess because he has like the shard given to him for free, he wants a little bit more barrage damage. I mean, it's definitely weird, but
yeah.
Mid lane,
oh my goodness, 9! Is he? He's still alive somehow. The missile's going to still finish him off.
33.
He died so quickly there. That was a he just disappeared, folks. This sort of 3,600 HP Centaur. I mean, if he's dying like that now, it doesn't look good for Tundra. He died so quickly.
Not only do they feel like they now lack the damage, they also don't have the HP pools to deal with this gyrocopter either. Skeeter can't get involved in fights if his front line dies like this. That's just a Rex.
No. That's if Nine's dying like that, I don't know how they can sort of stabilize this game. He just got completely shredded. And they just fight for the backdoor protection.
Oh boy.
They'll take the melee racks. I mean, this it's doing it. Gyrocopter, it's back.
I mean, Gyro, when he's got Beastmaster auras, he's got the Helm of Overlord, he's got the Chen buff ups, he's got the Pango give like Lucky Shot proccing onto people too for armor reduction. So, yeah, he's absolutely doing it. Centaur looks like
really
paper almost, even though he has like 4k HP and 80 armor. He's shredded.
I mean, what do you even buy? I think, that's sort of the question here now for Nine. How does he give himself a better chance of not dying that quickly?
All right, hear me out. Blade Mail. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, Blade Mail may have been, but at this point when there's a Satanic, right, it's just too late. This Gyro is just too farmed. He doesn't care if you're sending any of the damage back towards him. He's going to queue up the Butterfly next. I mean, this Gyro he's ready to carry against whatever Tundra throw against him, it feels at this point. He's just too huge.
Yeah, I'd say just, honestly, Shiva's their AC for 9 at this point. I mean, he's still got Overwhelming queued up. I don't even know if that's going to help by any means, but maybe it's something little bit extra to at least try to tank up his team versus this Gyro, because, yep, they're lacking damage, and now they're lacking survivability, it feels like.
There we go. PSG LGD with the smoke. Ready to fight again. They know how strong they are.
This courier has a full Scotty. Did they see it? Oh, they didn't kill it. It went right past them.
Oh my god, that's the luckiest courier I've seen in a long time. It gets past them all. They'll settle for the kill on Saxon. Nothing to say with a fantastic rolling thunder off towards the rest of them. Shiro, he's going to step in, try and hold his ground against Skeeter. Look towards the tombstone as well. It's getting caught by the bashes of Skeeter. And still Skeeter just not quite having the damage to deal with this Gyro. Shiro gets a triple as they're just cleaning up Tundra. I think this might just be game over for them. They can't deal with this Gyro.
Nope. He just holds his ground. Even though the Scotty's there, you see the reduction of healing. The auras. He's got a pipe. He's got Greaves. He's got all this extra healing coming in from old 11 from those auras too. That's it. I think that's just it.
I think that's game. There's no buybacks available. PSG LGD, they're on to the tier 4s. And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Shiro making it work with the Gyrocopter. 9 will jump in for one last final farewell as he gets taken out. We saw indeed some innovation from both teams with the last pick. One of them certainly ended up working much better than the other. And Shiro brings back the Gyrocopter and has a fantastic game on it. This was, it felt like we were sort of in a different year for a moment. It felt like sort of an ode to the past there, seeing this Gyrocopter pop off as it did. I feel like I haven't seen a Gyro get to do that in a very long time, Fold.
Yeah, as soon as they recognized, wait a minute, This Centaur is actually not as tanky as we expected him to be. They focus fire him. That top play, right? Right after that top play, it feels like the whole momentum shifted into their favor. They get an early Roshan that they were able to sneak away to. They get a secondary Roshan, and this gyro fully enabled from his allies. All those buff ups. Damn. Shiro. I mean, like you said, he's got a massive hero pool. He can bust out gyro as well.
He does. Yeah, no, absolutely. As I said, of the sort of carries that I've been looking at so far in this major, Shiro's versatility has been pretty impressive. He'll play anything. He really will. And yeah, I'll be interested to see if PSG LGD get more chances to bring the gyro into the game for him, because definitely showed its potential here. 12-2-5, and a very good draft around him, of course, from PSG LGD to enable it. So tough one for Tundra. As yeah, here we have again the highlights. For the laning stage, it looked alright for Tundra, right? And the mid game, it did look like the Centaur was going to be a problem. Like 9 was off to a good start, impressive KDA, but things turned around very quickly at the end, where he just died for it.
Yeah, 9 just died, and 33 can't play his game, right? 33 unable to really get any black holes off. The threat of the black hole is really not enough in this game, and you can see once these far, like he walks in as 33 to try to cast a spell, gets caught by call down, and then he's just likely dead. So feels like they did find a lot of answers on the side of PSG LGD for what they were up against, and some really good plays in the early game from Old 11. I think like some of these roars were super good. His even Wild Wing like tornado pullbacks, either him or the Chen, some of these plays were super clutch, and yeah, they enabled this gyro and played around it. Besides like the 1 or 2 deaths that Shiro had, they played around this gyro pretty much perfectly. While on the side of Tundra, Skitter couldn't get involved at all, right? Like, he would run in, and he's like, oh my god, I actually cannot trade with this gyrocopter multiple times. So, really well played from PSG LGD with these auras.
No, absolutely. Yeah, just didn't hit the timing at all, Tundra. PSG LGD having a very good approach to this one. We see these moments again just at this point already. Gyro, very, very tough to deal with. Even if they get on top of him, they couldn't find the damage to kill Shiro. I mean, I guess that was, yeah, just one of those good answers of a hero. Once you've got the farm against something like a Bloodseeker, because you don't care if you're ruptured, you stand your ground, kind of like a Medusa of sorts, and you're just able to take any sort of fight that's brought straight on top of you. And again, here that final fight where Shiro just holds his ground and is never at any risk of dying. So very, very well played there by PSG LGD in this game one. And quite a treat this game one draft was between Tundra and PSG LGD. I'm looking forward to see if we get any more surprises in game 2 that's going to be coming up around the corner. Fog, any predictions?
Who knows at this point? All I know is I'm happy to see that LGD finding a little bit more of their footing, right? Because they've been struggling a little bit here. This game looked much better as a team aspect. That's the big thing,
It
right?
did, yeah.
It wasn't like, sure, yeah, the gyro ends up popping up, but it's because his team enabled him. So I'm glad to see them playing a little bit better. And Tundra starting to suffer a little bit here. I think that's what, the 3rd loss in a row.
Yeah, indeed. Right, coming off the back of their series against Gaming Gladiators the other day. So we'll see if Tundra can pick themselves back up in game 2, or PSG LGD can continue this newfound strength that they've turned up today with, as they look very impressive in this game 1. Don't go anywhere. We'll have a short break, and then we will be straight back with PSG LGD versus Tundra game 2.